Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and welcome to week 38 of the Content Creator live stream track showcases. The meetup this week, we decided to do either Juborchi cars or Bond cars. So any car that is featured in James Bond, that's why you see the JB700 there, because the latest Juborchi, the Rapid GT Classic, is based off an Aston Martin V8 Vantage or V8. And you know, just many different other cars as well, but primarily an Aston Martin V8, which was featured in a Bond movie, and it's a Juborchi, so that's a dead person. We figured it was a good idea to do a meetup of Juborchis and Bond cars. But yeah, this is week 38 of the Content Creator live stream, where we take 7 tracks that have been submitted from the community, from you guys. We're on PS4 again this week. We play them through. The links are always in the description. The links to submit your tracks are in the description for consideration into this as well. We showcase some good tracks and I give my thoughts on them. And we have a bit of fun whilst we're at it as well. So let's get the playlist started. Alright. First track.
Oh, what a scumbag!
As always with these live streams, I'll come back to the subscriptions and donations and things like that in between the races. Obviously,
Hello
there's
everyone,
a lot
I'm
to...
Bruffy1322 and this donation serves an update to my fastest fully upgraded donation series, where I take all donation sounds around the circuit to find the best to use for racing.
Oh, that classic donation sound. It is so unique to the stream at this point. Thank you so much for the subscriptions and donations, guys. I will... we're going all the way around here, are we? I'll catch up with all the donations and subscriptions and things like that in between in between the tracks, just because I like to focus on the tracks first of all and give my thoughts on them, and then we've got some downtime in between. So thank you guys for subscribing and the donation there as well, and I'll read them in between. So yeah, for those who are completely oblivious to what we do here, that's a crash. This is where we go through 7 different tracks. The links for these tracks are all in the description. Where I always wait till the second lap. Oh, the best lap is there. That's pretty cool. I always wait until the second lap to give my thoughts on each track. Which I think we're coming on to now.
Oh, what a scumbag!
So this is a cool little creation, I have to say. This is a really good creation. Ow. Jesus, the energy just turns for days. Yeah, the best lap time thing is interesting. So you can have with the recent update, Smuggler's Run, you can actually change the display on blimps to read anything that you want them to. And obviously the creator of this race has changed it to whatever the lap record is for this track. So obviously it's pretty impressive how he's managed to get a blimp in there and hide the rest of the blimp and just have the display, unless there's another thing. Unless there's another thing going on. But Ah. Damn it, back down the order. I don't know, what is it to say about this track? Because it's really visually impressive. The layout's very impressive as well. I see your practicing is going well. Yeah, this is good practicing for the MCC. Like I think more so than anything else, it is a visually impressive circuit. With, you know, the bridges that it's got and things like that, and it winds around itself in different areas and things like that. I mean, it's got great creations. I continually find it amazing that we have amazing creations like this, that you can create such crazy, you know, I mean, look at that, just crafted from props. Got the bridge going over the start-finish straight, and it works as a circuit as well. There's no real issues, I would say. Obviously, you've got some metal barriers, which is never fantastic, but you couldn't really. I don't know whether you could really create this without those. Yeah, really nice creation. Just a nice creation. Just pleasant to drive around. Oh, just made it through that. I'm almost last in this race. The Alpha was not a good decision on a track that's full of traction-heavy corners in the airport. Yeah, it's just really. I think, damn it. I think the reason that I'm struggling to find something to say about it is because it's just nice. It's just good. It stands out as being something completely different, which is kind of what you need. It's not just another boring airport track that's just the same as every other airport track. It's a unique route, a unique creation. And that's it. I recommend giving it a go. Like I said, the links are in the description of the YouTube video. Oh no! Thank you! Saved it right at the last minute. Yes, thank you for reminding me to record the first race so I can get the image for the thumbnail. Jesus. Almost forgot. Twitch chat coming in clutch. Right at the last minute. Good job, chat. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I saw Philhoff in the chat in caps saying clipped it, and I was thinking, what the hell does he mean? Does he mean a Twitch clip? What's going on? And then I realised after everybody else started saying it, record the race. So I have it for the thumbnail. I always have the thumbnail of this video to be the first race. Well, we haven't done particularly well in this race, I would say, but it was a good track to start us off. Well done, chat. Well done, Twitch chat. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Last lap as well. Oh man. $770 with the best lap. Interesting. Thought the allergy would have wrecked it. Yeah, nice track that one. Good way to start. For Lira to finish. First race I am doing well and be in the top 10, that's not my own. And who takes me out? The streamer that you just gave money to. Firestarter, it was your fault for all of those crashes. Okay, that might not be exactly accurate, but it was certainly not my fault for at least one of them. Speaking of that, speaking of donations, Comet Retro is pretty good at airports now. Oh yeah, that's a fair point actually, because of the traction and the downforce. Best lap 121, best right lap in the race 129. Yeah, but the best lap probably would have been set with a Wagner in the supers class, so that makes sense. Let's do 8 laps. Rally cars for this one, everybody. I'm going to use my beautiful Omnis. Deep Bluesy with the 10 months in a row we had with the subscription just before we started the race. Birthday stream hype. Congrats, man. It's not my birthday. Thank you so much, Deep Bluesy, for the 10 months. Psychics98 with the subscription right at the start as well. Thank you so much for the subscription. Firestarter with the 1322 giving us the special sound. Read this. Oh god, it's German. Warum liegt hier eigentlich Stroh? What the hell does that mean? I can't speak German. So now that video is definitely not advertiser friendly. Can we have some fun? Oh, you scumbag. Is this video now going to be demonetized? You scum. It's Dutch. It's not German. Okay. Okay, you're all scumbags. But thank you for the $13.22 donation. That's probably more. That donation is more than I would have made on the video anyway, so I guess it's fine. Video wrecked. You don't know that? I don't know that. I don't recognize that. Is that something I should recognize? I'm gonna go to the back on this one and see the chaos ensue. And Major Copyright subscribed as well. Thank you so much, Major Copyright and Psychics, for the new subscriptions. And thank you, Firestarter, for the 1322 donation as well. And let's do some rallying. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's the Obey logo. Oh, that's pretty impressive. This is called Obey Rallycross. And I am driving an Obey. So screw all of you Tropos rallies and stuff. This is Obey territory and Karumas. I'm racing the car that's for the track. Home rallycross circuit for the Omnis. It's beautiful. This car is just so good. Alright, so that was a good increase in positions for the first lap. Up to almost the top 10. So this is exactly what a rallycross should be already. The only issue that this has is the metal barriers, as we've talked about in previous live streams. I need to find out which live stream week it is where I actually talk about it in detail, so I can go back and watch week 35 or whatever, and that's where I talk more about. I think it was an Xbox One stream. It was probably week 36. But that's where I talk more about the, it might be before it actually, it might be week 34, 33, I don't know. I talked in great detail about the fact that metal barriers have wonky hitboxes, and a lot of the stunt props in general from Cunning Stunts have wonky hitboxes, so they're not the best props to have in races these days because of that. Well, I'm going to say that I put him right and he turned into me anyway there. So I think I like the layout. It's exactly what a rallycross should be. Very, very short.
Oh, what a scumbag!
That looks awesome with the Obey logo. And obviously there's Obey signs all around. So it's very well themed. And that's good to see. Fits in with the theme very nicely. You know, the title, and it all goes together to give a... oh yeah, the Joker lap. Where's the Joker lap? That's a good point. Rallycross tracks generally need a Joker lap. Oh, there it is. Jesus, this is a long Joker lap. Put me right down from where I was. Joker lap works actually. I like the Joker lap. But I think there's room for corner cutting on that Joker lap. It should be a bit more barriered. Or more checkpointed, I guess. But the exit for the Joker lap. I think there was one of the recent rallycross tracks we did where the exit for the Joker lap wasn't very good at all. That was a good exit for the Joker lap because it just feeds in naturally. And there's an example of what I was saying about metal barriers not having very good hitboxes. That crash just there. So yeah, I think the layout of this is pretty good. The theme is very good. The feeling of driving around it is very good. It's perfect size for what a rallycross track should be. A bit of off-road sections, a bit of road sections. Very short track, Joker lap that you're meant to do once per lap in rallycross races. In organised rallycross races anyway. It'd be nice if everybody in this race could have done a Joker lap, but no, we will. You know, it's got the Obey markings, and it's been well put together from a thematic perspective. If anything, I would say there's not enough dirt road. Like there is quite a lot that's on tarmac, but that's okay. I mean, rallycross tracks don't necessarily have to be primarily off-road. They can be primarily on-road as long as there's a mix of both. But I think the thing that holds it back the most is the propping. You know, the metal barriers are no good these days anymore because of the hitbox issues they have, invisible hitboxes. This is a bit not smooth with these transitions. You know, it's not the smoothest thing in the world. That on the hairpin's okay, but I feel like it could be made even better if it was just refined a little bit, if the props were refined. I'm also not the biggest fan of that now that I've come to think about it. Goes up too high, but it's okay. No, I take that back. Oh, someone's gone. Ascabini's gone for that. Good job, Ascabini, going for the Joker lap. GG. I don't know whether anybody else would have done it. But... So yeah, it feels like the props are a bit rough around the edges. That's how I would best describe it, I think. That's how I would best describe it. Just the props are a little bit rough around the edges, more so than anything else. But I like the layout, and I think with a bit more refinement to the type of props used, it would be a very, very nice rallycross track, because I think the layout is great. The layout is absolutely fantastic. If anything, I don't think it's helped by the stunt road at the last part of the track. I think you could make that a lot shorter. and just go literally straight up to the start finish straight, and it would be better. Like say it just cut up to the left here and went round onto the bridge. I don't think you need all of this, to be honest. But hey, whatever the creator wants. But yeah, a nice little rallycross track. John Forsyth with the 7 months in a row. Top 5 birthdays always possible. Also, thank you so much, John Forsyth, with the 7 months, man. Bit rough around the edges, but good layout. Yeah, that was my takeaway from it as well. Top 10 out. Did I get top 10? I did get top 10. Sweet. Oh, Raving must have done a Joker lap, because I was racing him at one point. GG everybody who did the Joker lap as well, yes. I think there would be no room for the start. Oh, I didn't think about the starting grid actually. That's a fair point. But it is a rallycross track, so you could, I mean, it's meant to be played on non-contact unless you're in a group of people like 6 or under. You don't want any more people than 6 in a contact format, really, for a proper rallycross race. So you could put like a really small grid, glitch one of the small grids in. There was a Joker lap actually. Yeah, the Joker lap wasn't that easy to see, but then I don't think it necessarily needs to be, as long as you know where it is. Draconis, I had a checkpoint not registered for me and I didn't notice until I was already on the next full lap. That's unfortunate. Thanks for the 40 bits though. Hawk with 100 bits. Barriers with bad hitboxes. Literally rough around the edges. Fair point actually. I'm not doing this on Supers. Let's do it on Sports Classics. Might use the Rapid GT Classic. Mirror Park track. Notoriously difficult to make a Mirror Park track. So let's see what this one's like. Thank you, Hawk, for the 100 bits. Yes, literally rough around the edges. Sorry to those who are watching live and typing in the chat and stuff like that. I can't focus on the chat as much as what I normally do in streams because I'm trying to focus on the races, give my feedback on the races, certainly when I'm racing around as well. Is that what it is? Feistada, scumbag. But Drewbert has made a good Mirror Park track, that's true. Yeah, he has made a few. But thank you guys for the subscriptions and the donation and things. The reason I said it was notoriously difficult to make a good Mirror Park track is because the vast majority of Mirror Park tracks aren't good in comparison to those that are good. I need to remove the livery on this. I know it's the perfect livery for me with the choke specialists. And maybe that people have mentioned that about the last 2 cars, the Rapid GT Classic and the Ron Racing livery on the retinue, being like nods to me and my channel and what I do and stuff. Like, I never really believe that because I don't think I'm important enough, but it would be nice. It's nice to think that, but I don't know whether it is. You know, choke specialists. I am a choke specialist. Oh damn it, I missed it. There's a choke right there. That's interesting, C. Wilson. The explosion. Wow. Interesting. And the Ron Racing livery, obviously Ron Racing has always been my team in the MCC, and the number on the retinue for that livery is 35, and 13 plus 22 equals 35. So it's nice to think that, but I highly doubt that that's where it came from. I really do doubt that they were even thinking, they even know that I exist to create this game and do these liveries, or would even care. But yeah, well, my original point was that I need to remove this livery because I want to kind of make it into a proper Aston Martin V8 Bond car, and the livery just doesn't work with that. The liveries are closer to the Mustang. So definitely going to be removing liveries from the Rapid GT Classic. But I had to put it on for the testing video, of course. Choke specialists. Didn't think it would be nice I was going to be able to carry on the speed through them. They referenced you and Shaggy with the default colour of the Jester and the Massacro race cars ages ago. That was another thing, like, it could have been, like, another thing that it certainly could have been, but I still wouldn't believe it. It's nice, again, nice to think it, but probably not the case. For those who don't know, that when you buy a Massacro race car or a Jester race car, the default colour of the Massacro race car is orange, and the default colour of the Jester race car is it's red, and it's a mix of red, black and white really. And Shaggy, G-Unit and myself used to be the ones who would race back then when those cars were released. I think one of Shaggy's favourite cars was the Jester, and my favourite car back then was the Massacro. So you know, that could have been a nod when the race car versions were released, because they were race cars and what we did was race more often, and they were our colours. But I think that's more wishful thinking that something nice happened in that respect. The same with this Choke Specialist livery and the 35 and the Ron Racing livery and stuff like that. It's nice to think it, but it's probably not the case. And I'm not egotistical enough to think, yes, that's exactly how it was. So, anyway, let's talk about the track. Because I'm not concentrating whatsoever on the track, or the race, or anything else. I feel like this is... I'm going to be saying the same sort of thing as what I said for... the previous race. Like, nice layout. Maybe just a little bit rough around the edges. I mean, it's everything that I've mentioned is needed for a Mirror Park track, where to have a good Mirror Park track, you don't want to restrict yourself to just Mirror Park, because it's so limiting. You want to have Mirror Park be part of it, but you should use the stunt pieces and stunt roads and all that kind of stuff to extend the track outwards from Mirror Park, and that's what this does well. Obviously, we go on the highways and stuff like that. So I think the layout works nicely. Again, we've got some of the Cunning Stunts props that don't have very good hitboxes, but that's something that we've said a lot now, so I'm not gonna mention it again. People know that these hitboxes aren't the best, so if they can be changed, they should be changed. So I think just with, again, a bit more refinement, it would be a very, very nice track. Because I like what's been done with the extension of the circuit. You know, the little bridges that go over various different bits. We don't just restrict ourselves to Mirror Park. We go out of it and onto the highway and in various sections. So the layout is really, really nice. I just saw someone in the chat. Damn it. It's caused me to lose a position. God damn it, Joshy. I saw Joshy say I want a Jester Retro. I want a Jester Retro as well. Proper old school NSX would be immense. Come on, pull it in tight. Get it in there. Yes, beautiful. Get the inside. We've been having a good battle, me and Jodler. I've been defending well. Oh, he's still there though. Good. Oh no, bumps. It's very bumpy, that is something, but I mean, that's the nature of it. That kind of makes it more fun. But yeah, I got distracted there by the NSX talk. Just a retro talk. yeah, I'm really feeling the layout of this track. I do. I really like it. If the props were just brought up to modern, and by modern I mean literally the last few months, so it's not as if it's well out of date or anything, but if they were just brought up to modern standards, so we don't have these bad hitboxes and things, it would be really, really good. I think the layout is fantastic. Really enjoyed that. RX-7 Supra. Yeah, good race, Jodler. GG. There's so many cars that they could bring back. The Supra. I mean, think of some of the like Fast and Furious cars. A lot of those. And just old school cars. They could bring them back under the classic thing now that they've brought back, you know, the Cheetah Classic, the Turismo Classic, Rapid GT Classic. Let's just have a load of classic cars now. And be some proper driving cars. Old NSX, Supra, RX-7. We've got the customization options now with Benny's stuff. They can make them available in Benny's and give us some crazy customization. Like Need for Speed Underground style. Meister Kleister with a 10-month resubscription. Nice retro Mustang you got there. Somewhere in the world, in Alabama, NOS is triggered right now. Thank you so much for the 10 months, man. We don't have an MX-5. That was my answer to the question in one of the podcasts of what car would I want in the game that nobody would really think of to have. MX-5 was my choice. Let's put this on non-contact.
Oh, what a scumbag!
And let's do 6 laps, I think. And we'll... It's a stadium track. It's going to be quite tight and technical. By design. I think we're going to go coupes and put it on contact. Screw it. Let's go for it. SUVs and sedans are broken with the camera bug, so don't pick that. Oh yeah, that's true. Be food with the 8 months in a row hashtag Lurker sub. Thank you so much. Thank you to all you lurkers out there who never leave a comment on YouTube videos, who never type in the Twitch chat, who never even like a video or subscribe on the Twitch streams or anything like that. Just thank you for watching, all you lurkers out there. But thank you to you lurker subs as well, like Bifood, who's been subscribed for 8 months and is still a lurker. Thank you so much for the support. Yeah, there is a camera bug on the SUVs and sedans at the minute. Someone asked earlier. There's nowhere for me to really pull off. Oh my god! It's going to be that first corner is going to be carnage, absolute carnage. Okay, I'll pull off here. Might as well respawn actually. Someone asked if I could create a... Is there any appetite for me to create a video about the best props to use for track creation and stuff like that? I guess the sort of thing that I've wanted to do for a long time, but I don't feel adequately capable enough anymore to do it. I can critique the tracks from a racing perspective, and I know enough to be able to say this prop has bad hitboxes, it's probably not the best to use that, these are the props that you want to use. Maybe I can make a video that goes over the props that you should use and the props that you should avoid. But I feel like we cover it a lot in these streams anyway, so is there really a need for it? I don't know. Let me know in the comments, those who watch this on YouTube. Let me know if you want to see a video like that, dedicated to which props to use and which props not to use in track creation. That isn't just mentioning it every time in a live stream. That's a Windsor. And that's a Windsor Cabrio. Oh! I went right, left. In the end, I chose right. I'm getting good at like avoiding accidents. I think it's because I do these stream races so much. I can't believe I avoided that. Yeah, maybe a Google document or a spreadsheet is the way to go that has a list of props that are usable and should be avoided and things like that. A list of props that work for apexes, a list of props that work for barriers and things like that. Anyway, I'm not talking about the track. I've completely forgot. I've got too into the race and not bothered talking about the track. Oh, I just couldn't get through it. That's an F620. Scumbag car. It's meant to be a stadium track. It's not really meant for 30 players in a contact format, so what we are doing with it is not really its intended focus. It's meant to be a very enclosed, winding circuit. And I think it works for that purpose. It was put down as a themed track on the submission form, which is in the description if anybody wants to submit their tracks. And I think, you know, it's clearly meant to be like an indoor stadium circuit as well, obviously with the roof over the top and stuff. So it has a good theme, and it plays to the theme nicely. You know, most of the props are the correct props to use. There's a few metal barriers from the higher stunt road prop sections, but there's not an awful lot you can do with that unless you utilize various different props for walls and things rather than just the metal barriers, but then that uses more prop usage. So I always forget how much traction the Zion has every time I do a Coupes race, because I never use it. And I expect it to be like a felon or something, and then I realise that wait, I can take this corner at full throttle. But I think even though we've had 30 players and quite a few crashes, it's still managed to handle what we've asked of it. We've had some decent racing in parts. It's got some good visuals, little bridges and things like that. Obviously it is tight and technical, but that's what its intended use is for, so Could be fun in compacts. Imagine the Briossos around this track. It's relatively smooth, so you wouldn't have too many issues with bumps and things that the Briosso doesn't like. Yeah, pretty fun circuit. Pretty fun circuit. Has an intended purpose and a theme, and it fits it well and executes it well as well. I think, I mean, you've always got to be looking at what a track is trying to do and what a track is trying to be. Like if you were wanting it to be a proper racing circuit, for example, it would be way too tight and too enclosed. That was a lag hit. But it does what it sets out to do. Oh, what a scumbag! Damn it. Got that all wrong. Thank you for the subscription. I'll read it after this. I like that first corner actually. That first corner in the Zion is one of the few corners I've ever taken in a Zion. Oh, God. That I actually enjoy. The Zion's normally just makes everything easy mode. I mean, this hasn't been a bad little comeback. Oh, I've done it again. Absolutely wrecked him. That's one way to do it, I suppose. Just as I said, this has been a decent little comeback. I ruin it. Hasn't been a decent little comeback anymore. Oh no! Good little battle with the Jackal though. Jackal battle. GT3339 with the 12 months. Well, that's my 1 year of subbing. Back in college now, so money's a bit tight. You've made a decent little community here. Hopefully it's still around for GTA 6 and other games. Also, you're going to review Project Cars, GT Sport, etc. I'm going to try. I'm going to try and get them and see what I think about them. Maybe I'll do a review video for them. But I'm gonna give it my best go. Thank you so much for the 12 months. Thank you for subscribing for so long. For reaching the heady heights of the golden Snoopy in the chat. You can miss checkpoint 4 and I think 14. That's okay, maybe the checkpoints need to be looked at then. Oh, what a scumbag! And Owzard95 with a 2 months in a row. Another one and another one. Hope this streaming week goes well and you achieve your goals. Thank you so much, Owzard95. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to just being able to just play what I want to play each day and just chill out at different times as well. Some are going to be early streams in the morning. Some are going to be really late. So I'm just looking forward to chilling out a little bit and not having my streams be as regimented as, you know, doing this and the podcast week in, week out. Let's do 5 laps for this. Do you know what? Let's do it in muscle. Gotta have a muscle race. We haven't had a supers race yet.
Oh, what a scumbag!
2 races to go after this one. And Raven with the subscription as well. Thank you so much. Absolutely, we can use the Pisswasser Dominator in the Saber Turbo. The reason I say that is because I want to use the Pisswasser Dominator. We could do it on non-contact, but I feel like... I mean, it looks like there's space. We'll leave it on contact for this one. We might do non-contact on one of the other ones. Thank you guys for all the subscriptions tonight. I appreciate it. Get your 10 entries to the giveaway. That's what you need to do now that you've subscribed. Top 3 cars should be banned for the Supers race though. Yeah, I could go along with that, to be honest. Randoms, nothing we can do. We're in the middle of a playlist. And we're not going to all stop and go to start and online and vote to kick and all that. 10 entries? I already have 20. Well, yeah. You get 20 entries at a maximum, but you get 10 for subscribing, so... The true hardcore fans have 20 entries, is that what we're saying? Right, I'm not gonna handle what's going on at the back. I'm gonna just have a race with I was gonna have a race with AJ Axel and Max Verstappen, but I don't know what happened there. And now I need to pull off somewhere. So I guess I am going to the back. Where's AJ Axel at? Has he gone past? Is he still down there? Is he right at the back? Oh, he actually is. That was one hell of a crash. Oh, I'm done. Tier 3 subscriber does not get additional 20 entries. No, they don't. There's no way for me to actually implement that into the Gleam site that we're doing. But I probably wouldn't do it anyway, I think. I never really want to incentivize the higher tier subscriptions because I don't think they're worth the extra money that you pay for them from a standpoint from you guys paying. For me, they should just be for this event week, if you want to do a tier 3 or tier 2 subscription to increase the sub count by a little bit extra, then you can. Oh my god, what on earth? But yeah, all subs should be treated the same in that respect. But it should be more of a, if you want to support a bit extra, you can. But you shouldn't, need to do it or be forced to do it or feel like you have to do it. It should be more if you want to help out as an optional thing. Okay, so we've already found a problem with this race. At least on one corner. But yeah, it doesn't matter anyway. There's no way for me to actually implement it into Gleam to have higher tier subs. Give more entries. So people like Fireco and Donald Truck are out of luck on that one. But thank you guys. You give me an extra 5 sub points than we otherwise would have gotten. I don't know how many people know about that. But like tier 2 subscribers, you pay $10 and it does actually increase the sub count by 2 instead of just 1. And then tier 3 subscribers actually increase the sub count by 6. They're $25, which is crazy. And theoretically they should increase the sub count by 5. But they add an extra 1, so one tier 3 subscriber is actually 6 people, according to Twitch. Anyway, that corner isn't the best with that lamppost, I've got to say. Surely that can be improved. Did Ajax miss a checkpoint there? By the points, how many subs have you? The points that are on the screen now, that's not for anybody watching this on YouTube because I take that off, but the sub count that's on the screen in the streams is correct for sub points in total. The actual number of people is a little bit less. So the track, I feel like it's got some good points and it's got some bad points. Like, it's not all bad and it's not all good either. That was not a good corner. Oh god. It's... I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss of how to talk about it. I mean, once you know about that corner, I guess it's not too bad. But having a solid prop that you can hit in the middle of a corner where you get very much airborne and it's impossible to control where you go isn't the best idea. Obviously, again, those props aren't the best for apexes, the stunt tubes. But then there's some props that he's used on this track that are good. Like, that prop isn't good for an apex, but I don't think the blimp is a good prop either. Isn't the blimp quite hitboxy? I don't know, you might correct me if I'm wrong on that. But then we've got the big stunt target used, which is a good prop. I mean, this section is very, very tight. Could that be opened up? Or is that a world prop? Those red and white barriers. I like the, you know, it does, having that open as well isn't the best idea. Shouldn't really be a chance to fall off into the sea. Oh, that was so close. Brings back memories of old LSGP with the ballsy lines that you had to take and things. I don't think the layout isn't too bad. It seems to be a similar thing as what we're seeing with all the tracks tonight, on a lot of them, is that they have a lot of potential and they just have a few rough edges. Oh, damn it, I tried to cut it too tight. I don't know. I'm a little bit torn. I think... yeah, that section's not good. I don't think this section's good. The metal barrier on the inside obviously isn't very good. But it just doesn't flow very well. This is nice. This works. Again, the metal barriers just take away a little bit from the bridge sections, but it works. But this, it's not good having a jump with that so close to it. I don't know what you could do. Maybe even just having a wall on the inside that guides people to know that don't cut this too much, or otherwise you're going to be in trouble. But I think the rest of the track, in terms of the layout, is pretty good. I don't know. I'm a little bit torn on that one. I think it has potential, but it needs more work doing to it. Not just in prop selection, but also maybe layout as well. Maybe a bit of a rethink on certain sections. But not bad by any stretch. You know, there are much worse tracks that we've had submitted, but I wouldn't change the layout at all, just swap some props. Well, there you go. You have other people in the chat who think differently. I don't know. It could be a polarizing thing. Like some people just don't like the layout. Some people like the layout. It suits what they like in a track. See you later, hours of 95. Yeah, I would like to see. It's better than every Rockstar verified track at least. That's not difficult. Let's do supers for this one. Non-contact. 2 minutes 10. Let's do 4 laps. No top 3 supers on this one. Let's say that. No Wagner, RE7B, or XA21. Wait, your track is verified. That's true, but it's still not very good. They verified the worst variation of all my tracks, and not the regular one. And that was way back in the day. But anyway. Yeah, we'll do non-contact for this one. Yeah, what I was going to say about the last one. Yeah, undulating isn't the right word, as someone's pointed out in the chat. It should be undulating with a U. But, what should I use? I need to upgrade the FM. Do you know what? It's been so long since I've used it. I don't know whether I've really ever used it that much. The previous track, to finish off what I was saying about that, I think I would like to see it in its current layout with a bit more refined and better propping, and then make a decision after that about how it would be. Because I think the layout, like people who don't like that, like, I didn't really feel like the layout worked in some areas. But that could be because of the props making it not work. So I'd like to see the layout stay the same, at least initially. So this was submitted as a themed circuit. FMJ hype. I see somebody in a Wagner. What happened to no top 10 cars? Top 3 cars? Not top 10. That's flying. He landed it! Oh my god! Whoever that is in that red zone Subaru, you need to clip that. You need to clip that on PS4 share. Click that share button. Oh my god, that was insane. He landed it. I was reading the chat in that section. Damn it. And then Subaru got caught up in the crash as well. Probably because he saved yeah. That being said, they wouldn't miss. Fair enough for sure. Yeah, that was a bad crash. That was a bad crash. I just drove straight into a wall. This is what happens when I read the chat. This is why I don't focus on the chat as much. during these content creator live stream track showcase things. I've got to say that looks visually very impressive. Like, wow. This is just all out world record listed there as well. This is just all out balls to the wall speed, this track. I'm glad I chose the FMJ. I mean, it's not, it used to be one of the quickest. The X80 would probably be very good on this track. Maybe the 811 wouldn't do too badly because it is so much about speed, but there are certain corners as well. Of course, the Wagner is absolutely OP on all tracks these days. Nearly all anyway. So that world record time was probably set in a Wagner, but this track feels like it's all out balls to the wall speed. And you know, it is submitted as a themed circuit, so you can kind of give it a little bit more of a pass on the type of props used. For example, the metal barriers. If you're trying to be a proper racing circuit, the metal barriers are obviously definitely a problem. But when it comes to something that's trying to set out a theme of what to do, obviously this is trying to be just high speed thrill ride, creating a completely new route around the roads that we're all used to at the minute. You can be a little bit more lenient with it, I would say. Look, I've got to say, really, Wagner, we said no top 3 cars. Anybody in a top 3 car better not end the race in the lead. Or better not end the race, better end the race at the back of the grid, pull off before the race is over. It looks absolutely incredible, I've got to say. Look at that. Having these bridges, almost like huge, like viaduct type things, and with it all wrapping around the hills. And this is, you know, this is an area where the roads are all the same. You know, we're so used to having the same roads around, you know, the North Loop roads and things like that. They're all the same, and tracks around the Vinewood Hills always have the same sort of roads. So to get a completely new and fresh experience around here, whilst incorporating the hill, like it is actually following the hill around, like that's pretty impressive. It does give a brand new experience, and to be a themed race, like it fits perfectly with what it's trying to do. Rip. It's an impressive creation just in general. And it's a good bit of fun, I've got to say. This is a fun... You could look down upon it because it's got big drops off and things like that, and metal barriers, which if it was trying to be a proper event level racing circuit, you would find problem with it for that. But it's not trying to be that. And because it's trying to be a casual playlist race that you need to play, you know, just in the middle of a random playlist with your friends, having a lot of fun. This is great. High speed, new experience. Hill circuit with different roads around the hills. Damn, take that fresh chicane so much quicker. Yeah, really good creation, very impressive. You have to be careful with a few points though. Otherwise you will be flipping over onto your roof and crashing and exploding. But that just adds to the fun of this high-speed death trap race. Subaru, if you manage to save that flip and upload it, send it to me. And I'll leave it as a link in the description of this video when it goes up on YouTube, so people can watch your perspective of that flip and save. Ah, this was fun. I like it. Jonas Korsgaard with the subscription. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jonas, for the subscription. I appreciate it. Go get your 10 entries for the giveaway. Oh my god, Wagner's. Wagner finished second. Really? Absolute scum. Wagner finished 9th. Wagner finished 5th. Absolute scumbags. Zentorno and this track. I've got to say, the Zentorno would probably be a lot of fun on there. People not listening to the instructions. Anywhere, you can send it to me anywhere, Subaru. On Discord or Twitter or something. Yeah, top 3 cars weren't allowed. Didn't win though. Wagner didn't win. GG Flaming. Scumbags. Let's do spots again. Last track of the night. Don't worry about it, the 1 mark. At least you apologise for using the Wagner. The other 2 scumbags didn't even apologise. It's like, I used the Wagner and I don't care if it was banned. If you're already subbed, how do you change to a higher tier? I'm not actually sure, Neomancers. I don't know whether you just have to, like, it's as if you... Wait, let me choose. I don't know whether you can upgrade your current subscription or it charges you straight away, even if you've got months left, so then you have, like, 2 subscriptions going at the same time. Like, I'm genuinely not sure. I figured it out, drop down next to the subscribed icon. Oh, yeah, sorry. If you wanted to, you click the subscribe button and then you get the options. But I didn't know how the mechanics of how it actually works with Like if you're already subscribed, whether it does upgrade or whether it starts a new subscription. Obviously, you keep your sub months, but I don't know. Should look into it really. But I don't expect people to do the higher tier subs anyway, so I never expect it. Who has your Twitch Prime sub? Sarch actually has my Twitch Prime sub this month. And I was gonna actually okay, don't tell him. But I was gonna give it to Nos next month. But I should I could have put my own Twitch Prime sub onto myself with like a second account. But just for this 500 week thing, but it's not going to be possible to do because Sarch has it, so but that's okay. As if Sarch isn't here. No, I said don't tell him, but I'm giving it to Nos next month, so don't tell Nos. My Twitch Prime subscription. I'm gonna give it to various different people, I think. Every month, just a different person. Because why not? Spread the love. Damn it. Alright, so Autodromo Interstantos, our last track of the stream. I believe we played this on a Patreon stream before. But it is a very, very good city circuit. I think it's well liked by the PS4 Nodo peeps as well. Inside apex prop on that corner though. Could that not be improved? To not be one of those props. Anyway, beautiful sunset by the way. Oh god. Yeah, this is one of the ways. This is how you. This is how you know, if you want an example of a city circuit done well, this is how you do it. Don't really see very many, if any. I can't really remember it right now, but very small numbers of metal barriers. Proper apex props like the stun tracks and things, stun targets, sorry. It has a good layout, plenty of space in the areas that it needs. Certainly could be used for proper racing, a proper racing event. No major issues. Just a quality circuit. new route, you know, linking different parts of roads together in certain sections. So it's a fresh layout than every other city circuit. Just follows the roads. Lampposts all covered over, no issues with lampposts. I mean, there's a few on the inside of things, but not an awful lot you can do about those. If you've run out of prop space, and they're off the racing line, so they're not a big issue. Just a really nice track. Another great creation from Futuro. Has some wide sections, some more tight sections as well. It's a good mix. Oh no! Damn it! I knew it! I knew going on to the last lap I was gonna choke it. Living up to the choke specialist's livery on the Rapid GT Classic. God damn it. Should have put it on 2 laps. That would be a choke. Oh my god. That would be a choke of the week contender if I was allowed to win it anymore. Podcast. I mean, I felt I was doing good. I was doing not too badly. Soaking up the pressure from Subaru and the Jester. But then it's interesting how tracks that like the bumps do well, and like, cars that like the bumps do well on these tracks. Like under normal circumstances, Forza is much better than a Jester or a 9F, but because they just get such huge boosts from the bumps, great lap times in tracks like this. Subaru's done well in that Chester. Oh, he didn't win! No! Subaru choked it as well! Can we not have Flaming Gun win every single race? Subaru! God damn it. GG Flaming. Well done. Comet Retro with the win. Retest the Comet Retro. To be fair, all that joke that gets consistently made, like, have you tested the Comet Retro yet? I still do need to actually retest it since it's been changed with the downforce. To be fair, I didn't win every race. Yeah, I know. I'm just joshing. I'm just joking. I saw a Futo and got distracted by its sex appeal. Is that what happened, Subaru? Is this the Futo that cost you the race? Okay. 2 chokes off the lead. I choked first and then Subaru on the last lap. Damn it. If we'd had more laps, Flaming would have choked and then K-Dog would have choked and it would have just carried on. That was the best track today, I think. That was good. Good track. And that time difference between me and Soccer Ball. Let's have a look before we end. Double scumbag! Yay! Tier 2 subscriber, thank you so much. I'll read it in a second once we've wrapped up here. 813.550, 813.551. 1,000th of a second between their finishing position. That's insane. I want to see a clip of that as well. I'll put that in the description if they send me that, if they have one. Yeah, so that's it. The links for all these tracks are down below in the description if anyone wants to download them to your game and play them. And if you want to submit your own tracks, the link for that is in the description as well. So that's it for this stream. Some good tracks again, but I think we finished on the highest note of the 7. Good stuff.